Good morning, First Alert meteorologist Caleb Saylor here with a forecast update as we're heading into your lunchtime and right on cue for when many of you are getting ready to go out to lunch. We've got some rain showers moving in. You can see there's a pretty healthy line of rain extending from north of Chicago all the way through Lafayette down into the state capital in Indianapolis. And these showers are pushing our way, as you can tell, and will be on our doorstep before we know it. This is part of a larger weather system that's just kind of meandering and spinning through the Great Lakes region. The good news is that there's not a lot of rain behind this initial round. So what we're expecting for this afternoon is more than likely, not definitely, but more than likely going to be it for the day. And we actually need the rain because so far this month, we're down about an inch from where we're supposed to be for the rain. You can see we haven't recorded any rain out at the Fort Wayne International Airport in a week. And that was only a tenth of an inch. Now that comes on the heels of receiving 9/10 of an inch, almost an inch of rainfall in just one day on Tuesday. So those 2 days we did get quite a bit of rain, but overall we're still down from where we're supposed to be. And May is typically the wettest month here in 21 country. You normally receive about 4.5 inches of rain for the month of May here in Fort Wayne. So we need the rain that's coming. Unfortunately, it might impact some of your lunch plans. And to drive the point home even further that we need the rain, we're starting to see abnormally dry conditions creep into 21 country. This is the current drought monitor that'll be updated tomorrow. You can see the, let's say, western half of 21 countries experiencing abnormally dry conditions just because of the lack of rain. So if you're heading out this afternoon, you probably want the umbrellas at least in between, I'd say, about noon and 5 p.m. or so, because that looks to be the best window for when the rain will be through our area. You can see the rain chances increasing this afternoon up until about 2 p.m. and then it starts to dwindle a little bit. You know, we've only got about a 15% chance for rain at 4 and 5 o'clock. So those hours where you might be out at lunch and then coming back and between getting off of work looks to be the best time for the rain. The evening right now looking dry, but you might also want a hoodie or a jacket as well because temperatures aren't going to be that warm throughout the lunch hour and the afternoon, only getting into the low 60s for the highs. So let's time out those rain showers on First Alert Future Track. Arriving in places like, I'd say Wabash down into Marion by about 11:30, 12 o'clock or so. And Fort Wayne in between 12 and 1 o'clock is when this line is expected to arrive. But you notice Future Track showing that as this line of rain pushes to the northeast, it's starting to weaken. So we're getting rid of some of those yellows that we're seeing, or at least they're a little more prominent over the next hour. So this line is expected to weaken as we're getting into the afternoon and that line pushes to the north. So a little less intense rainfall may be expected for places like Steuben County, LaGrange County, maybe even northern DeKalb County by the time 3 o'clock rolls around. And then that line is firmly lifted to the north by 5 o'clock. That's that timestamp up there, 5 p.m. You notice a lot of the area is dry. By 7 o'clock, even some places to the south of Fort Wayne experiencing a little less cloud cover. So we might be in store for a pretty nice sunset this evening. So if you have evening plans right now, those look good to go. And even this evening, or afternoon, the rain that we're going to experience, not going to be a soaking event. We're talking maybe a tenth of an inch at most for most places. So that's what you can expect from the rain this Wednesday afternoon. Like I said, not expected to impact your evening plans. So if you plan on going out to the Fort Wayne FC match tonight out at St. Francis, kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Very well likely will see me out there. Just expecting cloudy conditions, not expecting rain. Cooler temperatures will be in the low 60s. But even if you're not heading out tonight, maybe you have to do some yard work or gardening or things like that, I don't know that you'll need to water your plants with the rain that's coming through today. But after you get off work, if you were hoping to grill out or just hang outside at home, the weather should be okay to do that. Not the prettiest in Fort Wayne and places north just because of the cloud cover, but still, at least it'll be dry at that time. Now I want to fast forward to Friday, because Friday brings with it another chance for some rain. So this is starting Thursday afternoon. Much of Thursday is going to be dry, maybe a stray sprinkle later on in the day, but we're not concerned with rain for the most part on Thursday. Next batch of rain arrives on Friday morning. This is 6 a.m. or so. We're seeing rain push in from the south, and it does look like right now, future track is showing that the rain is only going to impact on Friday the southern, I'd say 2/3 of 21 countries. So if you live south of Auburn, you're likely going to experience some rain on a Friday, especially in the morning and the early afternoon. Because you notice by 3 o'clock or so, the rain is really starting to break up and shift off to the east. So Friday evening right now is another time frame that looks like it's going to be dry. That's good news if you've got Friday night plans. It looks like right now you probably don't need the umbrella during that time. But if you're somebody who lives in, I'd say, Auburn and places to the north, it's very likely that you could end up dry on Friday. So it's a forecast that kind of splits the area into sections, but that's still 2 days away. So we know that even 25 miles shift north or 25 miles shift to the south is going to change the forecast for some of you. So Friday's forecast, we're really threading the needle of who exactly will experience the rain.